So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Let's begin this iPhone 13 Pro Max versus Google Pixel 6 Pro speed test with a boot up. We'll see which one can actually turn on faster. And this is an exciting year for the Pixel series, as it now is a premier beast flagship going head to head with some of the best in the industry. And the Pixel says, sit down, iPhone 13 Pro Max. I'm not only cheaper than you, I turn on a couple seconds faster than you. So you can see the Pixel 6 Pro with a faster boot up over the iPhone 13 Pro Max. All right, guys, so when it comes to unlocking the phones, the iPhone does use Face ID, which is very snappy to respond. You just kind of look at the phone and it is in. Now, the Pixel series uses an optical fingerprint sensor, so you kind of gotta turn on the screen a bit, or if you kind of just lift to wake it right here, you could just go like that. I would say the unlocking experience is about the same on both of these in terms of speed, because the Pixel doesn't put it underneath display. You actually have to turn the screen on. So just like with the iPhone, it's kind of like a two-step process. You got to turn the screen on, make sure it's on, and then you look. With this one, you got to make sure the screen is on, whether you lift to wake it, and then you press down, and then you're in. So the actual unlocking speed between both of these is actually about dead even. And the next thing I want to talk about is the 120 hertz. Both of them do have an adaptive refresh rate, and although they both have the 120 hertz display, the Pixel as well as other Android phones are still going with this faster scrolling here. So I would say that the iPhone may feel a little bit smoother just because it has that smoother scroll. Other than that, though, both of them do have adaptive 120 hertz, and they both feel ridiculously smooth compared to years past. So both these phones are major improvements in how smooth they feel on the day-to-day with the usage of both of them. So do keep that in mind. You're getting really smooth, quick refresh displays, and either way you go, you're going to be very happy with that. Okay, guys, so we've arrived at the application speed test portion. Apple A15 on the left, 6 gigabytes of RAM. We do have the Google Tensor CPU on the right with 12 gigabytes of RAM. We do have both phones with all the apps closed out. We'll begin with this basic row up here. Calculator goes to the iPhone. Clock, that's also going to go to the iPhone. Settings, that might have been the Pixel right there. Let's go into App Store, Play Store. You can see that one's going to go to the Pixel. And let's go ahead and go into games on both. And you can see, might have been the Pixel. They're pretty close on that one. We'll go into Instagram, and you'll see Instagram first there. It looked like for maybe the Pixel. We'll go into the profile pages here on both of them. Just kind of scroll through. You can see the scroll sometimes takes a little longer on Android phones. It's not really a Pixel thing. We'll go into Twitter, and you'll see Twitter is first there. It looked like for the Pixel profile page. That one's clearly the Pixel. On the right, we'll go into Amazon, and you'll see Amazon was first there for the Google Pixel. We'll go into eBay, and you'll see eBay was first there again on the Google Pixel 6 Pro. We'll go into Best Buy, and you'll see Best Buy first there on the right. So these regular day-to-day applications are snappy as heck on the right, as well as on the iPhone. They're snappy on both. We'll go into Starbucks, and you'll see again to the Google Pixel 6 Pro. We'll go into Groupon, and everybody's just waiting for the gaming section because we know that's where iPhone usually shines. Looks like the Pixel 6 Pro had that one as well as this. This might be because animation speeds are just quicker. You'll see iPhone says, shut up, Nick. What are you talking about? I just made that one quicker. Let's go into ESPN, and you can see ESPN going to go to the Google Pixel, and then the iPhone scores on the iPhone. We'll go into the first game, Dead Trigger 2, and see how this does perform. Yep, Apple said, Nick, bro, what are you talking about? I'm going to show you where it really matters in the gaming. You've seen they both loaded that up very similar, although this is not the heaviest game. It's better than something like Temple Run. We'll go into Temple Run next here and see this casual game, how this does load up here. We'll go to the main menu here. Okay, I want 10,000 coins. Thank you. So let's go ahead and hit play on both of these and kind of see. So you see, when it comes to these casual games, they rip through these things like they're nothing. And what's nice is that both of them have very smooth animations, very smooth displays, very custom designed CPUs for their specific platform, for their specific phone. Google in-house chip, Apple in-house chip. Both of them are going to be very fun to use on the day-to-day. Now, shockingly, it looks like the Pixel might be ahead here, but don't sleep on the iPhone. Sometimes it just comes back with a fierce, speed. And you've seen right there, we'll hit OK on both of these. Yeah, so I just had to hit OK, but both of them actually had that loaded up at about the same time. So let's go ahead and hit start here. So you'll see in terms of getting into the actual PUBG matchup, as we were loading them, we had a few more pop-ups on the iPhone. It loaded about the same time on PUBG, which is kind of insane because usually the Google Pixel, or the Android devices wouldn't even keep up in this respect. And we're having trouble finding a match here, so we'll just go ahead and close both of these out. And let's go into Crossy Road and we'll see which one can get here first. So it does look like we're going to get here first for the Google Pixel 6 Pro. This is insane. What a fast phone here on the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Let's go into Geekbench 5. See, it's not really about the benchmarks always. It's going to be about how well it's optimized. And I think the Pixel 6 Pro might be the best optimized Android phone ever. Let's go into 3D Mark. And the iPhone said, Nick, bro, do you remember who I am? I'm the Apple A15 Bionic chipset. So yeah, I would say the Google Pixel 6 Pro, really impressive here in this test. In terms of the regular everyday opening, it looks like the animation speeds were a little faster here for the Pixel 6 Pro, and the iPhone was a little bit behind in terms of the speed of opening a lot of these applications. However, in gaming, I think the iPhone would shine as we get even higher, more intensive graphic games. Both of these phones right here are boss in performance, as you've seen right here. It's going to be down to which platform do you really want. Okay, and I'm going to go back through the applications on both to see if I do get a reload. You can see here, starting with the iPhone. Let's go over here, everything quick. This is where the iPhone really impresses me, just how smooth the animations are when you're popping back between your apps. It's like it stays just as smooth as when you first opened it. Really cool. We'll go into Instagram. It's always been this way, but with the swipe gestures with the 120 Hertz, it feels even smoother now for the 13 Pro Max. So even with 6 gigs of RAM, it doesn't have no issues there. Let's see if the Pixel can remain this smooth and hold everything. It was paused there. You can see right there. So the actual swipe in gestures on the Pixel also very smooth here on the device. So this is nice. I'm not sure it's quite as smooth going back between them, but man, is it good. This is really good, actually. A very smooth swipe mechanism at the bottom here for the gesture. Very quick here for Google Pixel 6 Pro in terms of 12 gigs of RAM. You're not going to choke that up. That was very quick, very fast as well. So which one can actually fire up their cameras first? 3, 2, 1. And you can see the iPhone faster there, but we'll do it again just to make sure. 3, 2, 1. And yeah, the iPhone actually fires the camera open first. Now, which one could actually take a photo quicker? 3, 2, 1. And that looked about the same. 3, 2, 1. And yeah, so they both can snap a photo at about the same speed. All right, and the final scores are in, and you can see that the iPhone clearly has the victory in both single and multi-core CPU performance, according to Geekbench 5 test. Now, keep in mind though that Google did optimize the Pixel for the way you use it. So this is not going to make a major difference in the day-to-day use, as you've seen when we popped open applications. However, the iPhone is getting the win here. Apple has many years to refine their in-house CPUs, but the future is bright for the Google Pixel series. Taking a look at the single core, this outbenches the S21 Ultra 5G, and taking a look at the multi-core score, the S21 Ultra had a little higher here on the Exynos model, but again, I've actually had a higher score on my history. You can see I took one the other day. I got 2802 the other day on the Google Pixel 6 Pro, and I would assume I might get a higher score if I do this before I run a bunch of apps. So we're gonna run a 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme test. Now what this does is it sets a high bar for next generation mobile devices, and it will use 4K HD rendering. So you do have UHD rendering on here on both. I'll hit start and I'll be back with the final results on both of them. And here are our final scores, beginning with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, an average overall score of 3029 with an average frame rate of 18.1 FPS. So the Google Pixel hits an overall score of 1913 with an average frame rate of 11.60. So again, the chip, like I said in the past, benchmark is quicker than the Pixel 6 Pro when we talk about benchmarks. However, in conclusion, the way I want to conclude this video is by saying I've been running this phone for a few days and this feels like the fastest Android phone I've ever used in terms of just kind of like optimization. It just feels right. Everything just opens correctly. I've had a couple app crashes, but the iPhone 13 Pro Max is not perfect either. I've had a few app crashes on this phone already as well. So this one's not out of the water. Actually, as a matter of fact, when I was running Amazon before this video, it crashed a couple times on 13 Pro Max. So neither of these are perfect. However, we still have a benchmark winner and we have a phone that has a great future ahead of it. And I think if you choose either, if you love Apple, you love iOS, you'll love this phone. It's the best of the best. If you love Google services, you'll love this phone. It's the best of the best here. Now, if you want a mashup of both of them, I would consider looking at Samsung devices. They have kind of a mashup of both of them. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section of this video. If you found it helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that thumbs up for me and subscribe for more. Nick here. Be sure to be well and peace.